Hi everyone, it's Monday night and I've got the next class for you. This is a lesson for all of you, and it's one that I hope can reach all of you in some way. Obviously it'd be slightly different for different students, but hopefully there's something in it again for everybody. I've really tried for that, so there we go. Okay, so here's the scenario. You hear a track, it's new, and it's like being punched in the throat, or it just gets you so excited, totally arresting. It's the kind of music that you couldn't even dream about, or that you could dream about. It was just so amazing, or whatever, but you get my point. It's the music that really gets you where you want to be. I described it, I think, in one of the other lessons as kind of lift off. I like that, like, bye, we're going. I really like that. Wayne Shorter talks about that. He's somebody that I really like, to put it mildly. Anyway, so you listen to that kind of music, or you hear it, and you're totally transported, but you kind of, whether you care to admit it to yourself, you wish you were a part of it, you wish you could learn it, you want to get inside it, and it's seemingly difficult or impossible because you can't understand it. And I used to experience that loads, particularly when I was a level 3 music student. I was forever finding new stuff and just going, what the heck is this? I love it, but I just can't access it. And as I've kind of moved forwards, teaching more and more in the way that I do, that happens less and less. Now that doesn't take away the magic of music for me. The magic of music doesn't lie in its mystery. It just lies in it. It's so great that it doesn't matter what level of understanding I have, it's not going to diminish any of the enjoyment or kind of awesome feeling that I have for it. That's just not going to happen. If that happens to you, then maybe this video can help you work outside of that and then kind of even strengthen how you engage with it. I think it's a bit dangerous to only engage with certain types of music as if it's like not even really real, or can't be spoken about, or can't be learned. I do think there's a bit of danger in that. Where being a music student is concerned. Being a music fan is different, but of course you guys all became music students, so that's something to consider. Anyway, so that's my preamble. So this music that I'm about to show you was that, and I'll show you a bit about how hopefully you can kind of translate. Some of you will just enjoy learning the song, some of you won't enjoy the song so much, so then it becomes just about how you can translate what I'm about to show into your learning. Okay, that's enough chat, let's really get into the lesson. We'll start here. C major chord, okay, a root, a third and a fifth, the most basic of chords really, outside of that, which is just a root and a fifth. Okay, and you all knew that before you met me. Okay, if that's C major, 1 is 1, 3 is 3, 5 is 5. Okay, we can take the same hand position and shift everything up 1 semitone or 1 half step, and then we get what's called D flat major. And you can see D flat major is written there, D flat, or D flat in the left hand, and then the right hand, D flat, F and A flat. You can see on my high-tech handout here that I've got bass notes written down below, and then this upper section here is the right hand, so D flat, and then D flat again, F and A flat. I hope you can all see that. Okay, that's D flat major. Okay, now that's not necessarily part of the song, although the first bar does have D flat. Let's move that to the relative minor. That's another basic kind of principle. If I go back a minor third from this chord, which gets me to B flat, I get B flat minor, which is the relative minor. Okay, so that's a major sound, that's a minor sound, B flat, D flat, and F. Okay, and I want to make that B flat minor 7. I have B flat in the bass, and if I move this B flat to A flat, so this B flat here, to that A flat there, as it says on the sheet, I get A flat, D flat, and F. And interestingly, A flat, D flat, and F, D flat, F, and A flat, A flat, D flat, and B flat. Okay, so you can see how strongly those two chords are linked. And that's a really nice sound of B flat minor 7. B flat, A flat, D flat, and F. So if you're learning this for the first time in this video, great. So far, so good. If you just think that's a nice sound, also great. If neither of those two things apply, I'll keep trying. Okay, B flat minor is going to go to C flat major 9. No, hang on a second, we're not allowed to say that. Let's call it B major 9. Now it is actually C flat major 9, but I don't want to talk about that in this video. For the sake of not going crazy, let's just call it B major 9. It's wrong to call it that in some ways, but only insofar as anything is wrong when what we're actually trying to do is just make music. Does that make sense? Yeah. So don't think of me as a theory junkie. I'm absolutely not that. I just like getting inside the music and being able to play it and experience it and share it with you guys. B flat minor 7 is going to go to B major 9, which is going to be, as you can see here, B, F sharp, A sharp, and D sharp. So we don't have to move a lot to get from here to here. And that's part of the lesson. If you're just using the visual kind of aspect of what I'm doing here, you can put the video next to your keyboard or your piano, or try this on guitar because I'm spelling out the voicings. B, F sharp, A sharp, D sharp. And that's a really nice sound. Okay, then the third chord is E flat minor, which is the tonic chord. Okay, and the great thing about this voicing is it's what I call stacked. It's all thirds. Minor third, major third, minor third, major third, minor third, E flat, G flat, B flat, D flat, F natural, A flat, E flat minor 11. And this is the first section of this song. And that's it. Okay, so great. So hopefully up to that point there's something interesting for you there. And there we go. Now you might be saying, whoa, why did it take you so long to work that out? Well, I'm not talking about just now. It doesn't take me long to work it out now. But, it used to. Okay, next chord. Next chord is really tricky because it's E flat 7 over D flat. And this voicing is kind of weird. But the person that plays it on the recording is like fully justified to do what they like, right? You know, they don't have to follow any rules. So it sounds really odd. We got the 7th doubled, and we got the 7th doubled in the bass. That's what the slash means. You remember the slash means you've got the chord on top, and then the diagonal slash, and then the bass note underneath. And when you get it like this, almost certainly the bass note is in the chord. So D flat is the 7th of E flat 7, D flat again. G is the major third of E flat, and B flat is the 5th of E flat. Okay, so we had E flat minor, there's E flat minor, and there's a small move to E flat 7, E flat minor, E flat 7 over D flat, or as classical musicians like to call that, that would be called, in this instance, chord 1 D, but let's call it E flat 7 over D flat. Okay, and then it's going to a B major 9 chord again, but it's got the 6 as well. G sharp is the 6, song, so that's not too bad. And again, a small move. We've got a big move here, and then a really small one. We're going to go to F7 sharp 9 flat 13, okay, which is a Hendrix chord. If you want to think of it like that, it's F dominant, F7, there's F7, F, A natural, E flat. We've got the G sharp in there, which is the sharp 9 if F is 1, G is 2, therefore it's 9 because we only count up to 7. Sharp 9, flat 13, so D flat is the flat 13 of F. Okay, just to clarify how you work out that that's the flat 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, flat. Okay, so from F7 sharp 9 flat 13, all we need to do is drop the F down to E, a semitone, and the A down to G sharp, a semitone, and keep the rest. And we get this beautiful voicing of E major 6/9, which is E, G sharp, C sharp, D sharp, and G sharp. Yeah, that's brilliant. It doesn't actually have the 9 in it, which would be F sharp, but as you are aware, I think most of you at least, you don't always need to put everything in every chord that you spell, but the more you get familiar with that, the more accustomed to that kind of thing. It's a bit like, just the kind of rules once you get in the game, you kind of understand them and you don't need to necessarily explain them to everybody, but there we go. So E, G sharp, C sharp, D sharp, G sharp, and that's a great voicing. Now, going back to why I teach, or why, not going back to, but why do I teach the way that I teach? In a keyboard class with me, that's lesson 2. Some of you experienced that, which is a sus2 voicing. Okay, going back to D flat where we started. There's D flat sus2. That would be D flat major. That's sus2. Or you can just do that with your hand and then plonk down on those notes. Okay, and just trust me that that's D flat sus2. Okay, and then we get that great sound of E major 7 or E major 6/9. Okay, so that's kind of why, because there we go. You don't have to move a lot, and we can get this really great, rich kind of sound. And that's the second section of the song. Now, we get on to the final section, and this is really the bit where I start to lose my rag. Not in kind of like I get cross, but kind of like, in a good way, like kind of like the world just becomes good when I kind of hear this music. I'm not being very articulate there, but I think you get what I mean. Some of you have experienced me kind of in those moments where I, in a class just stare out the window or jump up and down or, fist pump or whatever I do, where I can't really, I'm at work and then I need to behave professionally, but yet my brain's overloading. There we go. Okay, cool. Right, let's get into it. Sorry, I was playing the wrong bit there. So E flat minor 11, but we're going to do it like this. And again, why do I teach the way that I teach? So hopefully it can open up. So for some of you, especially Tech Year 1 and Group C Year 1, you should know this. I'm going to play E flat minor 11. I'm going to do it like this. Okay, that's D flat, F, G flat, and A flat. Okay, where's the E flat in the bass? Okay, root minor 7. Okay, if E flat's 1, F is 9. Yeah, you got it. Okay, there's the minor 3rd, and there's the 11th there. Oh, Mike, how do you know that's 11? If that's 1, that's 11. You can just count the notes up in the scale. Okay, so that voicing is really cool. Of a minor 11. Lots of you have heard me play lots of stuff like that. that is, but it's all of those chords. Well, I do know what it is, but you know what I mean. I'm just making it up. Okay, so E flat minor 11. Now, this is a really special chord, and I've kind of debated this with lots of students down the years, recent years that is. Okay, A flat 9 over C. We'll just pause on this one for a bit because it's really interesting. Okay, so C is in the bass, just like on the D flat slash chord. Okay, C, and then we get B flat, E flat, and A flat. I'm pretty sure that's the chord that gets played. We'll listen to it in a minute. I like playing that instead, which then makes it like C, 7, altered, or the C7 sharp 9 flat 13, which is a voicing I'd normally play like that. I could put the E flat in there. You know, apparently Miles Davis once said it's not C7 unless it's got E flat and A flat in it. Like, there's a chord of C7 that has E flat and A flat in it. Okay, but let's go back to this. Okay, A flat 9. So there's A flat. So that would be a major chord, or a major 9 chord, which would be A flat, C, E flat, and B flat. And there'd be an implication that there'd be a G in it as well, which would be the major 7th. Okay, so then we've got third. This time major, minor, major, minor. That'd be A flat 9. So let's build our chord and see if we've got all of those things. We've got a C, yeah. Okay, that was the third of the chord. We've got a B flat, that was the 9. We've got an E flat, that was the 5. And we've got an A flat, that was the tonic. That's a beautiful voicing there if you put the 7th in there, because you get that minor second sound there. I like that very much. If you don't, okay, that's fine. Okay, B flat, E flat, and A flat. Now let's do some real magic. Okay, I'm gonna turn B flat, E flat, and A flat into A sharp, D sharp, and G sharp by doing absolutely nothing. Well, not strictly nothing. Strictly no. Oh man, it's getting late. Okay, if I move from a C to a B in the bass, then I get that B major 9. So from A flat 9 over C, all I need to do is not like freak out and learn loads of music theory. No, a small amount, and then just move this finger from this note to this note, and then it works out. Okay. I could even play the E flat chord, although it's a bit stark with that kind of B flat, E flat, A flat. You can see it's almost there if you look there anyway. B flat major 9 again, okay, and then we get this F minor 11. Now, I could play that just by keeping the right hand again, B flat, E flat, and A flat, which were actually just then A sharp, D sharp, and G sharp, same notes. That's called an enharmonic equivalent. But then they flip back to B flat, E flat, and A flat. If I put F in the bass for F minor 11, and that could be that. So that section, like that, which I think is again brilliant because you just moved the bass. You don't have to move that fourth. Who'd have thought? You know, be so good. Well, lots of people. John Coltrane being one. Yeah, his favourite piano player was McCoy Tyner, who died a couple of weeks ago. Famously used a lot of voicings that have fourths in, amongst lots of other things that he did famously. Okay, but the voicing I've written out there is quite full, so if you're finding this like too easy in terms of piano playing and you want to really stretch out, here we go. Pinky on F, index left hand on C, thumb on G. Now some of you have gone, that really hurts. How do you stretch that far with your massive hands? Not really. I have small hands. I've just done it lots. That's it, really. Okay, my thumb's gonna go there. What's the technique? Make my thumb hit those two keys. That's A flat and B flat. Oh, sorry, very technical handout. Sorry, there's not even a handout. I could make it one. Okay, there we go. F minor 11, F, C, G, A flat, B flat, E flat, A flat. I'll play all of this section now. And that's the whole song, and then it fades out. Okay, this video is quite long. I think it's probably about 15 minutes, maybe more at this point. But what we'll do now is we'll play the track. You can have a listen to it, and yeah, I'll talk you through the different sections. You can see me hopefully play it, and then hopefully it'll make sense. Of course, what I'd like you to do is not necessarily do this tune, but do your version of this for you. So take a song that you love to bits and get inside it and pull it apart like I've done here. Okay, let's have a listen. To be non-specific, some pontific, or some Zeke Elliott, they wanna run with it. Overzealous Elliotts, my Elliott should be rebellious, cause I deliver on some Elliotts. The message is, when the oppression is, the single mother's pressure and aggressive kids. My rhymes will be the riddle, and let's get it in. America's divided, the dividend is the middleman. We need to cut them out, cause can't nobody govern the route of my destiny. Ebony covers and lovers, I respect them like they all mothers. And I'm ready and I don't wanna wait. I know my boy's on the way. It's time to let the devil trade off. I'm getting things I'm not afraid. Okay, so I hope you can see and hear how it's quite simple. That's Brandy singing and some more Pinderhughes. Ops and opulence, pops and confidence, Glocks and consciousness, sounds of black optimist. Glasses clink, I get cheers like a toast. A butter baby comes. Second section, here we go. Somewhere my top 5 is Nas, Big and Andre. Sound waves of underground days. We found ways to surface, bring a heaven where earth is merciful. Come churches, not for you to worship, but to find your purpose. Rhymes of divine service, soundtracks to life. Don't make me find Curtis. I play the makers of you for my daughter in the womb. Hope she's still in tune. Time for concrete roses to bloom. And I'm Elena Pinderhughes on flute, Kareem Riggins on drums, Bernice Travis on bass, and Robert Glasper on piano. Comment on vocals also, but you probably worked that out. Okay, so it's this kind of sound that I was referring to. Just turn it up a bit so you can hear it. See how little I'm moving there. Cool. Hope that makes sense. Hope you enjoyed the sound. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks.